Hey,
Welcome. Bienvenue. It's a new year, a new podcast. Um,
yes.
we have a brand new name for the new year. We are two still, I'll get all tongue twisted. It's a new year. We are still two friends who enjoy gaming and chatting about the headlines and rumors, and we are committed to broadcasting and our take of the world of cloud and consoles on the week's gaming news as we see it every Sunday, 10 p.m. EST. So join us as we evolve and grow and discover everything in the headlines together through 2023. So happy New Year's to all, and let's get into it. I want
Yes.
to say that I am joined, as always, by my super co host, leveling up the podcast, as always, Sebastian, aka Nad614. How are
How's
you
it going?
doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year too. So we're in 2023. Amazing. Time is moving fast. So happy to see like everybody survived the new year. It was a little bit rough the next day, but I think we all survived. But happy to be back. Awesome. Had the chance to play a lot of video game during my leave, so we can talk about it.
Oh yeah, let's get into it. But I'm glad to hear that you had a good New Year's. I'm glad to hear that you're all recovered now.
Hmm.
I'm all of a sudden being hit with some sort of cold symptom, so I hope
Uh-oh.
I bounce back from that quickly and you don't catch anything. But without further ado, let's jump into what we've been playing.
Hmm.
Let's get into what you've been up to.
Well, like I said, I had a lot of time to play different game. I definitely played some Destiny 2, but I took a little break also from Destiny 2. I play Valheim, so I started playing that. Again, it's Valheim if you haven't played it yet. For those who haven't played it yet, it's like a survivor slash like building your world a little bit like Terraria or Ark survival or Ark survival. It's the same type of game we play together. Pretty good. Yes, Bliss. Elden Ring is gonna be on my list. I'm for sure gonna play that at some point. But yeah, Valheim, it's a lot of fun. Quite interesting. Hard to play too. I found like if you die, you gotta go back to your body, and sometime when you discover the world, you're like way too far. But that was a fun thing we did together, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I threw that
Uh,
clip into the intro. You see that?
yeah, I saw this. That you got caught on fire by stepping into the
More than once. More than
yeah.
once.
Oh yeah, you do that very often. Everybody does. In the future, you can like evolve it into like a proper like stone wall around it. So anyway, yeah. So Valheim was a lot of fun. I play it. I still playing it. Like I'm still at it. And haven't. I think in my own world, I only beat the two boss so far, and I think there's like something like eight boss or something like that. I try to remember, but yeah, it's a hard game, a long game too.
Yeah, I
Easier
mean,
to play with people.
we just went for like maybe an hour stretch, and all we did was farm some copper and bring it back, do a little bit of
Yeah,
hunting, but that
and
hour
that's
basically consumed hunting and gathering.
yeah, it takes a lot of time to get everything. Next game I play it was with you also, Genshin Impact. So that was a game that's been out there for quite some time. Very Zelda-like type of game or Breath of the Wild-like game.
Yeah,
So with the Tears of the Kingdom coming up soon, it's kind of like feel like I'm playing some Zelda
a
there.
little bit of a warm up. Yeah, I hear you.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I found it's a very interesting game. I made it up to adventure level 15 so far. So
Oh
I've been
my
playing a little
god.
bit more yesterday. I feel like it's slow at first, but eventually you kind of learn all the
I
little
gotta catch
tricks
up.
so it gets faster. Yeah. And then like I was able to get new characters by using the wish. And again, I figure out that you don't need to spend money for that. The in-game currency you can buy some. I feel like it's so busy as a game when you start. You're just like It tells you how to play the game, but doesn't tell you necessarily all the detail on, like, I don't know. I feel like when you press escape, you go to the menu. There's so much, but yeah, there's so much you can do, and there's way to do things. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of video out there of people giving tricks on how to play the game and stuff like that. But yeah, pretty amazing.
Yeah,
So
N7, we definitely want to pull you in.
join us, yeah, how to play the game, because yeah, you show us a lot of stuff. We try to play together, and you need to be adventure.
16.
Yeah, adventure level 16. So I'm like, oh my god, it's
Yeah.
gonna take a while. But like, yeah, a pretty interesting game. It's a game you can play on your phone too. Has the same type of graphic as like Zelda, like I mentioned. So pretty interesting. We also have a stream on it. So if you want to have a look, there it is. The other game I play was Fortnite with you. I played it mostly with you and your family. Uh,
It's the family game night. We like to throw it on Wednesdays.
yeah,
A
and
lot
not
of
always
fun. We get
available.
together.
And not always
Uh,
available, but I try to join when I'm there.
I will say Fortnite with ray tracing because I always like to play on GFN. It looks really stunning,
Hmm.
absolutely crazy with the Unreal Engine upgrade that they had recently to it. Free to play, plus on GFN, you get those touch controls. So that's another huge advantage to playing GFN. I cannot wait till we see 4080
Yeah.
Fortnite. So that'll be exciting.
That's just it. I wonder if like some of the game gonna take more advantage of others, but we'll see. The other game I've played, interesting game. I've played as a beta. It's called the Long Dark. It's a Canadian made game.
Yeah.
And when I play it as a beta or alpha, it was like there's no story, and it was like there it is. So basically, it's a survival adventure. So basically, the story is like you get into a plane crash, you land in this area out of nowhere. You're in the northern part of Canada, like it's freaking cold, and you have to survive the longest, and
Damn.
that's all it is. And then you go on, like, find some food, find some wood, start a fire, warm yourself up, hunt some animal. You got to watch out to not get killed by wolves or by other animals. It's a pretty high intensity game. And when you die, you die. You got to restart from the beginning with a new character type of thing.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
There's
that's
no like,
punishing.
yeah, yeah. So it's like it's just like a game that you play just to survive the longest, right? So
Is it
quite
first
interesting.
person, third
Yeah,
person?
first person.
First person. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
pretty interesting game, fun to play. But yeah, I think when I played it the first time was like a few years back, and like it was like the same thing. I was like, oh my god! But now there's like more challenge, like more new things that came with it. So it worked to try. So I try all these on GFN. Moving on to the games I cannot try on GFN. I play on Steam Call of Duty. I play with my wife a lot, some Call of Duty multiplayer and DMZ. We really got into DMZ and going doing mission and stuff like that. It's quite entertaining. And then I always like to jump in the multiplayer because I feel like it takes me a while to adapt and get used to it. I always press the wrong button because I'm used with Destiny. And anyway, I should just change the keys for it, but all good. And the other game I've been playing is Skyrim VR with the Oculus Quest 2. So that's via Steam also. I have my Quest 2 Air linked to my computer, and I play some Skyrim VR modded. I had difficulty to mod it at first, and then eventually I figure out that I need to start it as administrator, and it worked fine. So yeah, so I use it modded so I can see my full body,
Wow.
and I
Yeah.
can change the UI. So like, the um uh like when I go in my inventory, it's uh, little more easier, like, to manage and stuff like that. It's try to remember. It's Sky UI, I think. So it's pretty good. But yeah, and then like I can add more mod, but I want to keep it basic. I think like the fact I have my full body and also add like more what do you call it when you're uh damn collision, like my sword now it does collision with everything. I can
Oh,
just sweep it
really?
and then everything will fly off instead of going through like table and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So it's quite
because
interesting.
yeah, that's a big one. I hate how it's like nothing, no feedback, but you're saying you get that collision.
Yeah,
That's
you get the
nice.
collision, so it's good. So when you're fighting too, like it's good with the shield. I kind of find that funny because I put it like so when I'm sneaking and gotta crouch, I actually put myself down and then it show like you're sneaking, and I go with the bow and I'm like, oh my god, my leg, I try to stand up. Oh, it's so hard. Yeah. And then I can change my gameplay. Like, I like to go around and sneak and just attack with the bow, snipe everybody. And then like I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go like all in. Like I had like a double steel axe or something like that, double N to N, and they're just like swinging and killing everything. And I'm like, okay, I'll switch it with a shield and a sword, so at least I can block with the shield and attack. And at the end, I was like, okay, yeah, I got some exercise out of it because like there's so many enemies, like
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
no, it's pretty fun. So it's a lot of fun. I love this game when it came out. I play on PC. And like I mod it fully and stuff like that. Very great game. The fact it's on VR, it's different. It's the same story and everything, but the gameplay is slightly different. Like I
Right.
found it's a little bit more immersive. The only issue I found is that thank God the battery doesn't last long on this VR, because I found after a while it hurt my face or something, and it's just like okay, I need to remove it,
Yeah, you
right?
need some regular reality.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all the game I've played, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty epic though. The Skyrim VR, yeah, Maker of
yeah.
Chaos is giving props to the Quest 2.
Hmm.
So yeah, really cool stuff. I'm a little bit jealous of the Skyrim VR. I think that would be a really cool experience
Yeah.
because it's a real tested and good software,
Hmm.
and they brought it to VR. And I like that because I feel like VR is lacking a lot in the software natively in their VR store. So attaching it to the Steam, I think is essential if you want to have those great experiences.
Yeah, and you get better graphic than just running it on your Quest VR, your Quest 2. I
Yeah,
found like there's some game I've played on the Quest 2 directly. Sometimes was like kind of laggy or stuttering. I didn't recognize my end position because the headset is processing everything. Where like
right.
through Steam, all it does is like it's streaming just a picture and the process is all happening within it.
Yeah.
So like then the VR headset has time to process like the position in your hand. So that's why I found like when I was shooting the bow, I found it's like more steady, like I can aim with it. Where other game I was trying to do with that and it just glitch everywhere. So it's like yeah, it doesn't recognize the position all the time. So
That's what we need. I think we were talking about that earlier, like way episodes ago. Is a cloud VR headset, right? Just act as
yeah.
a streamer and take everything with a good internet connection.
Well,
But yeah,
technically you have it here, right? With like the Steam VR, you just connect your any headset to Steam, but it should be more than that. Like,
it's like a
you
remote, yeah, remote play.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's more remote play than like cloud. Like if it would be cloud, it will be directly on the headset, right?
right.
So, hmm
Wow, a lot of gaming, but of course we've been away for a while. So let me get through my list here.
yeah,
I have not dived into the VR world. I should plug it into the computer. I've been meaning to do that and give it a try.
yeah, and
Uh,
can show you how.
Shadow has a VR app that you can play VR via Shadow.
Oh, there we go.
Interesting. And I believe Shadow is now available in Canada because I know before when I was trying to game, uh, I was not able to access Shadow. And I think Ray was telling me, Ray3473, the gaming sideboard, was letting me know that yeah, it was available in Canada now. So that's big for
Yeah.
anyone looking that up. But yes, what I have been gaming on.
Hmm.
You can catch that I've been if you're in the Discord, I've been doing a lot of God of War Ragnarok. You can see me progressing through the story. Maker of Chaos was happy to gloat over me when I was having a little bit of trouble with now I'm forgetting his name, Heimdall. So he's this god that foresees everything, so he can never be hit. So there's a solution that you concoct with your team, and then you're able to eventually take him on a fight. Because in a previous fight where you try to attack him, you can't even land a blow. So they progress the story, the characters. He's a real dick. He like reads your mind and your intentions. It's just like a perfect blend of story, and I am really enjoying it. Well, everybody was saying that it was not a very hard boss.
And it was end up being a hard boss. Just saying.
Well, I couldn't figure out a mechanic to it
Oh.
because I was trying to do it a certain way, but it turns out you had to hit the ground and activate an explosion near him. And that was just the mechanic I was missing in my head. I was banging my head up against the wall there.
Mm.
Hey, lo-fi. And Maker's giving me props. It's okay. You beat the final boss of Sekiro faster than me, so we're even. Wow. Wow, Maker. Not making the chaos, passing some bread. Oh, I appreciate that. Um, I
That's
went
funny.
on a Sekiro run. Speaking of games I've been playing, so I've been giving
Oh.
a little tribute to my favorite games on Stadia. And
Hmm.
so I started playing Sekiro last night on New Game Plus. I was on an absolute tear. I telling you, I almost beat like the good quarter of the game without dying, just on a streak in an hour. I was like
Yeah.
boss after boss after boss on New Game Plus, where they take off even more damage and they're more aggressive.
Hmm.
So I was having a lot of fun. It was my little brother was in the chat, and he was the one who was egging me on and saying, if you lose to this boss, you have to do 100 push-ups. I'm like, all right, it's on. I'm getting this done.
That's funny. Did you? So you end up killing it?
Oh yeah, I did
Yeah.
well. Man on the horse took him out first try. Of course, Bliss jumped into chat and offered his guidance. Perfect parry, dodge, dodge. Not that right, your other right. As you remember, all the classic lines from Bliss. But
Oh, that's funny.
I really appreciated having him over my shoulder and giving me that guidance through Sekiro. So, and you get a new outfit in New Game Plus. And
Oh, you
what
do.
was interesting, yeah, I died on the bull a couple times. Okay, he was a raging bull. That part gave me a little bit of trouble. Okay, but I got around it. So it was interesting. The mechanics of the game actually drench your clothes in blood. So my black outfit became red after
Oh.
like so much combat I was going through. And I always find that interesting when the environment changes your character and it stays
Mhm.
on you and then eventually fades off. So I appreciate those little details.
You wash off, you just jump in the water, it all comes up. That's
Uh,
funny.
oh my god, there was a moment where I'm running on the roof and they have these guys coming on kites and they're just like screaming, "Ah!" and they crash into you. I'm like, oh my gosh, and Bliss is like, run, run, run. Oh, it was some high
Funny.
adrenaline. That game is really great, and I never would have experienced it without Stadia. So, R.I.P.
Yeah, well, you can always buy it for PlayStation 5.
Nope.
No? It's not available on
No, it
PlayStation?
is. It is. But do
Oh,
I want to do that to myself
do you want
again?
to buy it again? Yeah, exactly. There's other game out there. But that's
uh,
awesome though.
and then quickly, we got to get through these games and onto the news. Oh my gosh. Grime, awesome game. Been streaming that. Been playing it on extra hard. So I got this armor set that you get right at the beginning that actually increases the damage done to you.
Hmm.
So I've been playing through on that playthrough. It's been a lot of fun with the new free DLC. There's going to be two more packages. Grime is actually on GeForce now on the
Mm.
3080. Looks absolutely stunning. One of my all-time favorites. Then we got Fortnite and Valheim and Destiny 2, which we ran through a raid. I did not get Touch of Malice, but that's all right. We'll try again some
Yeah,
other time.
we'll keep trying. Eventually, we'll get it.
Let's touch base onto our next topic.
All right.
All right, so right here, I've always envisioned us having a transition, but Nads rejected my first transition of
Oh, I
like
did.
my news thing. I had him in the square and then the jet, and then it came up as a Destiny 2 news. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Exactly. So like we didn't have any TWAB. The next TWAB is gonna be next Thursday.
Mhm.
So watch out for that. I'll release a video with the next TWAB. Basically this week what we had happening since last time, we had dawning happening. You could complete it and farm for some gun. Uh, Making cookies. Hey, so it's out there. Right now, we have Iron Banner this week. It's a new type of gameplay. It's called Fortress. Basically, you got tree zone. You keep capturing it until you get to 80 capture or something like that. And then there's like a high value zone appearing with turret. It's like a cabal ball drop, and you have some turret. You destroy the turret, and then you fight the other team to capture that zone. That zone give you more point as you capture them. So quite interesting style. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel again people are using like a lot of bubble or a lot like to capture the zone or widow ord. Oh my god, yeah, a lot of widow ord, a lot of bubble, but
Yo, Todd. Oh my god.
quite interesting. But yeah, so I haven't grind that at all. I play like a couple of games, like okay, yeah, that's good. I haven't been playing that much Destiny, so I kind of take a break and then I'll get back into it. So we got about 7 weeks left of the season. Lightfall is going to come out on the 28th of February, so that should be good. So start preparing for Lightfall if you want to, bounty ordering or weapon farming if there's like some weapon you're looking to get. I'm guessing when Lightfall kicks in, we're gonna have new weapon and new set. There's going to be a lot of new stuff coming with Lightfall. Like the light level progression should go away. I don't know if it's going to be going away right away or it's going to be later in the year. But the idea is to have no more light level progression, but it's like a level with the artifact every season. So it's like almost like following a battle pass. The other thing I wanted to mention is Zur is on Nessus. If you're interested to go see Zur and get some exotic, go see him. He doesn't have that much stuff interesting, but like if you're brand new, he's very good to give you some sweet armor sets. So um, yes, and right now we have every week a progression with Revision Zero. As Bliss is mentioning, we still like you need to go through the exotic quests, and you get like extra every week. Um, so if you are looking to get it done, I still need to get it done. I think I just need to do the mission at Legend or yeah, like the highest level just to finalize it. But I'm pretty happy with the perk I have, but I'm probably gonna end up doing it eventually. So pretty good to have there. Um, yeah, and that's pretty much it about Destiny. But watch out for next Thursday. We're gonna have a TWAB and it's gonna be a massive TWAB, I imagine, because we had like a 3 weeks off of the TWAB, so should be quite interesting. Well, that's pretty much
Yeah.
it. Destiny
I
2.
look forward to it because need to get back into some Destiny. Need to
Yeah,
start getting with the community. I know that there's a big push to do a community shakedown. I know I've been pushing for them to get you involved, so I think there's a Discord group that ran up. But the guy who started the Destiny Stadia Discord is actually playing right now. So they're out there. We are going to be putting up a stream on the channel. At least I am.
yeah,
Nad's letting you know
for
Monday
tomorrow.
10 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to be streaming. Time is in the group, so that should be interesting. Tuba is in the group. A lot of like people that bring me flashbacks of the early days of Destiny 2 on Stadia.
That's awesome.
So it would be really awesome to get everyone together like that. Actually, some early videos are me going through Grand Masters with Tuba on the channel. So
Oh yeah,
really, he
yeah.
was always one to like really carry us through it and do a lot of that awesome stuff.
That's awesome. And where
Yeah.
did you post that? Is it like an LFG you posted or something?
So it's a Stadia planning group on the Destiny Stadia Discord. So you should have
Oh, okay.
access to it. I saw you. I kept pushing for you to be invited, and then I thought I saw. Yeah, you are in
Destiny
the group.
Stadia,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
It may just be buried away or something like that in your thing.
yeah. I joined
So
a
look
bit.
out for that. We're going to be playing some Destiny 2 for the last time. So because
Nice.
here it is. Oh, I got the tweet. Um, for everyone who doesn't know, please activate cross save if you're listening to this. Uh,
Yes.
Reminder: cross save shuts down. So Stadia shuts down on January 18th. Activate cross save now! Exclamation mark today before January 10th. Because
And I think when you like log into Destiny, it's telling you to again. So
right.
it's good. Like there's like a lot of there's a lot there, so it make it easier.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the tweet I was looking for. Okay. That one was a little confusing. So here is the one. They're shutting down access to Stadia on January 10th. So you see here, January 10th, before the deadline.
Oh, nice, nice. That's awesome.
I'll just download my save for Destiny 2. That sounds like a ridiculous save file.
I don't know. I don't know if you can download the
Down,
save from the
yeah, with the Google, what is it, that help thing?
takeout.
I've never used the Google Takeout.
I
Everything that I
did.
played on Takeout is dying on
So
Stadia.
I downloaded Google Takeout, or like I downloaded everything from Google Takeout. It's like
Yeah,
a file basically. What it
right.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. It's like a zip file, and then I have like all the Stadia gaming, and I got the game data, game capture, and all this, the save game. So yeah, I don't know if you can see. Here we go, game save. I got Assassin's Creed, but Ubisoft, it's transferable,
Yeah, it
so
already
it's like
transferred.
it's like over cloud. I got the City Legends Cyberpunk. I got my save for that. It's like a .json
Yeah. I
like
guess I'm
file.
fine just letting it all die.
Yeah, because I'm like even Cyberpunk. I'm thinking to start a new game, like
Right.
brand new.
I mean, the first time
Uh,
I played it all like first week, so I could exploit and glitch, and not everything was balanced.
and there's new update with Edge Runner
Yeah.
on the game, so quite interesting, that's for sure.
All right, well, let's jump into the gaming news for the week.
Yes.
So here we go. All right, everybody. I wanted to share this at the top of the show. I know this isn't the notes, but I saw this while I was looking at the other. Um, This is a tweet from Sapido Verde. I don't know if anybody recalls this guy, but he was someone who was constantly streaming Stadia games on YouTube. I always went in there and gave him a shout. He never gave me any response whatsoever, but he completed all these games 100%, all of their achievements. So kudos to him, and he
That's
streamed
amazing.
every single one, all of the gameplay. Now Sekiro is not on there, just saying, but still an impressive list. So kudos to him. And yeah, it sucks that basically he said he's going away now, now that Stadia is out of the picture.
That's sad.
Ah, I lost my share screen button, and it's showing the notes.
And
Do you have the share screen button? All right,
no,
I'll
it's
just move on to here. FIFA returns to Boosteroid in the install and play category. So this is interesting because basically what we're seeing here is that FIFA is coming back to cloud gaming. So everybody who loved cloud gaming with FIFA, you have access to it now with the Boosteroid gaming.
hmm.
Uh, awesome to see for people who wanted to play this game in the cloud. I know that people could do it on Shadow, but this is sort of more like a console-like experience. However, I do not believe that this would be the next gen version, as it is just the Steam version. So I don't think they have access to the AI, for instance, that Stadia had
Oh
with
yeah,
that the AI technology boosted.
damn.
Um, yeah, I know you're never a big fan of the sports games, but
That's
it's.
okay.
I know a lot of people play FIFA. I
Hmm.
booted it up when friends came over because I know they like to play, and it was easy on my TV. It may have been one of the only games I played on the TV.
Oh, okay, yeah. It just make it nice though, right?
Yeah, we have this awesome
LGT.
update to the Samsung Gaming Hub. So it seems that this is going to be a thing that is going to be here and now for cloud gaming. Lots of updates are going to it. Back support back to 2020. We're seeing Atomic, Blacknut, GeForce Now, Boosteroid, and also Luna. So I'm very impressed to see all of these options up and running
But
on the
those are
hub.
LG, right? For LG TV, right? So I think
Is
it's a
that
Samsung.
okay? LG TVs
Yeah.
to get enhanced. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm missing the point here. No, so this is the LG is getting a gaming hub similar to Samsung.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's why
which
you're
is
here.
pretty
No,
cool.
it's to correct my wrongness.
I think I've seen it too. My brother-in-law bought a LG TV, and he was
Mhm.
playing Stadia on it easily with his Xbox controller. Or I think I lent him like a Stadia controller. That was before, and now they're coming with a gaming hub. It's like just making things easier for them.
Right. So could we see this as an offering on all TVs moving forward? You know,
Well, probably like what's happening is that most TV will be Android based. They're all Android based, and then you can download the app. Where their LG and Samsung made a gaming hub, where like you
right.
can access all the game in there. I think it's just easier access for gamers. Where like if you buy a is it TCL or another brand, Panasonic or something like that, you just need to download the app separately, right? And you just start it. It's a little bit like having YouTube on it or like Netflix and stuff like that.
It's like,
But
come on, PlayStation, where are you at with your gaming hub here?
I
I mean,
know you
there's a
should be added to
PlayStation
that
app
list.
on PC. Throw like, are you telling me you'd rather have Blacknut, Atomic, and Boosteroid take up the space? It boggles my mind that they don't have an application on the market. And I'll get into it later, but there's rumors that they're coming out with their own gaming hub.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Well, you
Uh,
know what? Xbox is on there. Xbox has been in there like since the beginning. They still need to fix their stuff, but it's still there. So
oh, here we
Mortal
are. So,
Shell.
Mortal Shell. This is the Souls like game for everyone into the Game Pass universe, is going to be available. So,
Nice.
the Souls like experience, developed by Cold Symmetry and published by PlayStack, is a ruthless, deep action RPG that tests your sanity and resilience. So, that echoes with anybody who's plays a Souls game because
Yeah.
it definitely does that. This includes 60 FPS, 4K resolution, and ultra high quality textures. Now, that is not in the cloud, obviously, but we are getting it in access into the cloud.
Mhm.
So, pretty cool stuff here. Of course, we have had this game in the cloud on PS Plus, and it came out last month as well. PS is slow with growing their cloud
Mhm.
side, sadly. Yes, they are definitely slow in growing that.
Hopefully, in the future, they can fix that and add some more.
But for me, I like to highlight this because I'm a fan of this. This has been on my sort of to play list, and
Hmm.
getting better access to it is pretty awesome. Uh, have you? I mean, this is definitely not your cup of tea of game, would you say? Oh yeah, thank you for.
Music background. I was like, it's quite quiet.
Yeah. This is a new year. We're still rusty at this. Getting shaken up. Oh,
That's funny. um, sorry, repeat your last question. I kind of drew a blank there.
PlayStation doesn't care about cloud gaming. Well,
Well,
I
we'll
think
see.
we've seen that PlayStation. Let me try to pull it up here. PlayStation has put out a patent for a new cloud gaming device
Yeah.
that
So is it
plugs
gonna be?
into your TV.
Is it gonna be similar to Nvidia Shield, or it's gonna be like a dongle, like Xbox came out, or like Google Play TV or
Well,
Google
I will
Chromecast
show
TV?
you. I have a very awesome pictogram here. So it's basically what I think is going to be a stick, like a Fire Stick, or like
Hmm.
even like a Google TV dongle type of thing that you
Yeah.
plug in. You'll be able to connect your PS5 controller to it, or their cloud gaming controller they'll sell with it. It's interesting that it says PlayStation Now, so it must have been an older concept.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, we'll see if it comes to effect. Obviously, Xbox slashed theirs, but any movement in the cloud space from these big players is exciting. Um, but yeah, they see how
Yeah.
they want it to be on the home menu. I'm just not understanding why it's not happening.
It might take some times. Again, like a lot of those companies will release a patent just so like they have their cover and not necessarily gonna release it, but who knows, right?
Yeah. So I guess we'll only the future will tell. Obviously, like we went over in our last podcast, that the gaming cloud gaming market is only going to grow. The future is definitely going to be cloud. These games are getting bigger and bigger,
Hmm.
um, and perhaps it'll coincide with the launch of cloud games.
Yeah.
That could be it. Sell it with a game. Don't just sell it independent of a game. That way, they're able to recoup costs in that situation. So that could be a strategy.
Hmm.
We got some awesome comments here from some very smart people. And what up, Chariot? I hope all is well. I hope you're doing well. I hope the Steam Deck is treating you well. Got to do 100 push-ups on that stream last night because you lost to the bull. Trust me, and it was 20 push-ups. He bet me 20 push-ups on the bull. I beat the boss that I had to do 100 push-ups on. And Maker is saying PS also had a patent for a lot of things that haven't come to fruition. Still, lol, I wouldn't expect this for a few years at least. Yeah, and I would tend to agree, but I would hope to see it would even coincide with the new cloud gaming generation of games, because we know that Haven Studios, a studio purchased by um, Sony, is working on a game that is 1,000 gigabytes. So what that says it's a cloud native game, right? Because that can't even fit anywhere. It can't fit
Unless they
locally.
gotta make a bigger hard drive for a game. It's like almost having a server in your house nowadays.
You
But
need
like,
the 2 terabyte expansion just to hold it, and then any update would be insane, right?
I
So
know,
this
that's
is a
just
cloud native game, is it not? Would you not expect that kind of?
that will make more sense. You look at games like MMORPG where they run a server. A lot of stuff is being run within the server. It's like almost like a mix of cloud gaming and using the your computer, because like within the server it will have all the information, right? So it would make sense if they say, yeah, it's like that size, but like your console's going to be only using that size or downloading like that, like maybe a tenth of the size, so it doesn't take too much, and the rest can be like all cloud. Maybe it's going to mix it a both instead of being like fully one or the other. I think everybody is still like looking at the idea of the cloud gaming. You look at PlayStation, they're slowly releasing stuff, but they're not fully into it. I think they just still like want to put their mark there, but they're waiting to see how things are gonna go. I think like a lot of companies got scared when Google shut down because they were like the primary one, and I think like GeForce now stepped it up and took over a lot of it, which is great. So I don't know how it's gonna go, but I think like it's gonna slowly progress, and eventually it's gonna be the thing, right? Because it's costing so much to campaign to build like console and everything. So who knows, right?
Yeah. Well, we digress and try not to
Mm.
predict too hard into the things we cannot control. But
Yeah,
it's fun to
for sure.
speculate. 5 games are leaving Game Pass Ultimate this month, and one of them I recognize that I actually wouldn't mind giving a try. So Nobody Saves the World. Uh, that is that was one that always piqued my radar. I thought for once it was coming to Stadia when I did a little research into it. I know Windjammers 2 was
Mhm.
was supposed to come to Stadia, was announced to come to Stadia.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it didn't stay on Game Pass all too long. But and Paparazzi, I mean, how could you not give that game a try? Taking pictures of puppies? That's an award-winning title right there. But they gotta say goodbye. It's a rotating library. If you're interested in those titles, make sure to give them a try before they leave. Oh my god, look at that picture for Paparazzi. That's hilarious.
I thought
The
he was like,
Ana Crucis is a 4 player cooperative shooter set aboard a massive starship stranded at the edge of exploring space. That sounds really neat, actually.
mm,
And then Windjammers 2, which we all are aware of. So check it out, guys. Nobody Saves the World is pretty fun, says Maker. Made by the team who made Guacamole. Yeah, I had heard it's interesting. I heard that the gameplay was a lot like Zelda.
mm,
Uh, what does it say? Transform in Nobody's Slug, Ghost, and a Dragon is a new take on an action RPG. See, it sounds like Zelda. Creators of Guacamole discover 15 distinct forms, mix and match their abilities. Okay, a little bit different. So I think you take on the form. So it sounds more like Monster Boy,
mhm.
Wonder Boy in Monsterland. Um, Nobody Saves the World has been on Game Pass for a year, so I guess that must be the end of its cycle. Um,
Yeah.
I'm sure it got a lot of gameplay. I wonder how they do that. But it was only available on Xbox Cloud Gaming. It's nice that they do that at Cloud Dosage. So this will
Hmm.
be its exiting from all cloud gaming. So be sure to catch it. Yeah, I covered the new PS Cloud thing early last week, but we have to see if it ever comes out. I'm actually more leaning it towards because we know that they're coming out with a cloud game. Also, we know
Hmm.
that they're coming out with Bungie's IP because there's going to be some new projects from Bungie coming out. We're
Yes.
not sure whether they're all movie. We know that one is going to be a mobile. Am I not mistaken?
Yeah, there's a mobile game that's been in the work. There's this other game called Matter. We heard about it, but that's it. I think they're gonna come back out with like one of their older game. I try to remember what the name is. It was a first person
Yes.
shooter similar to Doom.
Oh, it's right on the tip of my
Um,
tongue too. Damn
but
it.
they're gonna make it similar to Escape of Tavor or like a DMZ in Call of Duty, where like
Yeah.
or Rainbow Six Extraction, where you go in, do an activity, and you have to extract. It's high gain, high reward. Yeah,
High risk,
if
high reward.
risk, high reward. Yeah, so yeah, so we don't know when they're gonna release that. I think that with the Sony, the plan was to have either a show, a Destiny show, or
Hmm.
a movie. So that should be quite interesting. I think they're gonna be working hard on that to see like how they're gonna come out with that, because I don't think, excuse me, I don't think they want to fuck it up.
Yeah.
Because you've seen a lot of video game show or movie had bad reputation. Some have been pretty good, so we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, we got a lot coming out too. I think we went over a big list. Some of the big names would be God of War, the show. Gran Turismo is coming out with a show or a movie.
That's
Sorry. And then we
crazy.
got Horizon Forbidden West coming out with
Hmm.
a show on Netflix. So a lot going on. We have evidence online that potentially leaks a new game supposedly making its way to Game Pass subscription services. And what is that game? Shadow Warrior 3 is going to be added to Microsoft's Game Pass. So cool. What is Shadow Warrior 3? It's a first person game and it has been leaked in a similar fashion as spotted by True Achievements. So these people go in and check the achievements, I assume,
Hmm.
and looks like it was added to Game Pass. However, it's not a stranger to being on the cloud, as I thought this was interesting. It was actually came to PlayStation Now day one as a
Huh.
rare day one release. So that's why I thought this was interesting, because
Hmm.
PlayStation Cloud never has those releases that come out day one, but they must have had some sort of deal or they were trying to pull people in. It was just an interesting title, a rare one to see, but people can check it out when it comes to Game Pass, as it is not on PlayStation Cloud anymore.
They
But
removed it.
it's rumored to come out to Game Pass early 2023.
Mm.
But I've never heard of a day one game being released on PlayStation Cloud until just now. But they may have tried to like drum up some news for it.
Mhm.
Let's
Marathon is the name of the game from Bungie.
what is it?
Marathon. Marathon. Yeah.
Marathon. Yes, now I remember. PlayStation 5 users like me, rejoice in Discord voice chat integration is on its way. Look at these nice
Yeah.
two pictures beside each other. I won't be a stranger in my PS5 world anymore to Discord. Full integration with Discord voice chat with PS5
That's
consoles
good.
is in the near future. People have been doing some data mining and
Is it not?
unearthed data line. Like now you're ready to join a call on your PS5. Grab your headset and your controllers. As long as we have new features for PS5 users, hang out with Discord friends while playing in games and voice chat. The data strings are backed up by various images, which also mention voice chat features on the PS5. So this
Mhm.
is all pretty cool stuff. I'm super excited for it personally,
That
and
should be good.
I know we had some rumors that it would coincide with the big update in March, like Maker of Chaos is saying in the chat here. Discord
Mhm.
integration is expected in March for PS5 based on a leak from last year.
Mhm.
It looks like as of 3 days ago, there was some more substantiation and some more data leaks in preparation. So, really looking forward to it. So, this is just more drumming up the it's coming. So
Mhm.
I want to stream some games to PS5. I want to just hang out in Discord and stream God of War if I'm still playing it by then. But We'll see. Hey, Ray, the gaming cyborg, dropping in the
Right.
chat. Appreciate that.
It's awesome.
Um, I know you as GeForce Now, you just have all that access, right? You're always on GeForce Now, so you can
Pretty
easily
much.
just like stream whatever you want, talk to whoever
Mhm.
you want. It's great when you're.
On
That's how I do
PC.
the streams. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, on
It's
PC.
like been great, like having my PC set up. I don't play as much on console. If I want to play like on my Xbox, I just like link it to my PC and play on my PC. So it's just
Yeah.
instead of sitting on the couch. But yeah, I just like to be in my area to play games. So yeah, it should be good though.
Well, speaking of, it's almost like you're the cloud and I'm the console, but I do play cloud. I
Yeah,
do
you
play
do.
cloud. I do enjoy cloud, but I'm just finding right now the software for the PS5 is just
Mhm.
really grabbing me. And I was always a console player. And it's like having that console is just brings me back to all the good times growing up. I was always in that PlayStation
Yeah.
world. And that Stadia really blended that console experience in the cloud. And I guess, even after talking to GFN and them sort of steering away towards that console experience. And I understand you have a business plan. It's working for you. You got 25 million subscribers. Don't shy away from what you're doing. So
Hmm.
kudos to them. But I enjoy getting that console experience from the PS5.
Yeah, that's all.
And it looks like 30 million other people also think that as well. So just briefly touch on this. Yeah, just a little record there. And I heard Xbox only hit about 21 million.
Oh,
So, and that's including their
still.
Series X and Series
On,
S.
only 21 million. Like,
Yeah, I'm just saying. But when it comes to the numbers of a
uh,
console war,
yeah, PlayStation's been like ahead compared to Xbox. I think Xbox, the way where they fell was that one year when they released Xbox One, and they wanted to release a multimedia box. Well, most people wanted a gaming console, so that's where PlayStation, when they released their PlayStation, I want to say 3 or 4, maybe 4. They put everything into the gaming, not the entertainment, right? So Xbox went away from that. They went like, oh, you can plug your cable to your Xbox and use your Xbox as everything, like type of box, right? And then I think that's when they fell and they had like a lot of issue. Now they try to get back into the game, so yeah, we'll see.
yeah, the
I think
Zoom,
the Zoom. Oh yeah, yeah.
Zune, Zune,
Zune. Yeah, that
their
was a
media
music
thing, and then they had
player. Yeah.
Mixer, the game streaming
Mixer.
community.
Yeah, it was like the competitor for a competition versus like Twitch,
Yeah,
and yeah, and then they just shut it down. So like, yeah, I feel like Microsoft is pulling a lot of Google type of way.
well, there's a rumor, and I tried to pull up the image, but apparently there was a rumor that they're going to take away Game Pass and do a bunch of
Ugh.
changing. But we've also heard a rumor that we're going to get the family plan and be able
Yeah,
to split it between five people.
we
So it's
are
like,
still waiting for it. It's available in
yeah,
other place. So
one's an official announcement and one's a post on Reddit. So I'm waiting for the family plan still.
yeah.
Moving on. We have some games coming out for the PS Plus Premium People.
Mm,
Well, PS Plus, whether you're an essential, extra, or premium, you're gonna have access to Fallout 76, Axion Verge 2, Jedi Fallen Order.
nice.
So
That's good.
I have beaten Jedi Fallen Order. Did you beat that game, Fallen Order?
No, I play a lot of it though, but I didn't beat it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. You should try to finish it. You got like a couple days left. But I know.
uh, too
Uh,
many games.
too many games. Too many games. Did
Some
you
of the
play
games that,
Fallout
yes.
76?
So I
Yeah.
play when it was a alpha or beta,
Yeah.
one of them, and yeah. So coming from a Fallout 4 before they came out, Fallout 76, and playing all the Fallout. It was kind of weird because it was like at first when they released it was there was no NPC. It was just like other people. And
Wow,
then
it was bare
yeah,
bones.
yeah, and now like with all the update, now I think it's free to play. You can download on PC and play it. It's like there's NPCs. It's a little bit more. I play it like I feel like they just took Fallout 4 and then like just read it online. It's kind of like a weird feeling. I know. I play it and I was like it's like feeling like playing Fallout 4. It's not a new game. I don't know. I didn't really
Ah,
feel the enjoyment. I know there's a lot of people that enjoy the game. Like I'm probably gonna get back into it. I know I have it installed on my computer. It's like a fun game in
yeah.
general. Like you can invite people. Now it's free to play. You build a base and stuff like that. And yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then Axion Verge, I played the first one on the Nintendo Switch. It
Oh.
was actually made by an independent developer, from what I remember. And basically, it was a Metrovania where you got all these different types of weapons, and those different types of weapons allowed you to unlock different areas
Mhm.
and fight different bosses. Uh, I want to get through some of this chat too. So, Maker of Chaos is being the maker of reason tonight. To be fair, PS has double the numbers of Xbox for last gen. It was expected to outsell Xbox. Still good to
Mhm.
see Xbox Series and consoles are doing better than the Xbox 360 numbers. So it was expected to be an even bigger blowout, but I guess because of Xbox marketing strategies and perhaps even using a split sort of pricing model where they offered a lower sort of 299 for next gen gaming helped
Mhm.
them. And it's good to hear that cloud gaming is still doing pretty good, even though Stadia is shutting down from Cherry Gaming Man Gaming. Sorry, but yes, and it's still doing exceptionally well, especially with the 4080 tier coming out quarter 1 on GFN, and like 1,500 games are coming out.
Mhm.
So a lot is coming out for cloud gaming, and I can't wait. Although I will say I was looking out for Forspoken, but we'll see. We'll see. Um, that is coming to PS5, and we have the demo available there. So if you have PS5, I would definitely check it out because I feel like that is the big game of the month this month.
Mhm.
Fallen Order was great. I absolutely agree with that comment. David Wilson, maker of Chaos. This month's games were pretty weak for me on the PS Plus. I have 2 out of 3 of the Game Pass already. I know. I feel the exact same way. I actually have not even got into one PS Plus game since owning my PS5. It's true. But I do have access to the full catalog of games with the premium. So I've been playing a little bit of Demon Souls with Bliss. I played a lot of the Returnal game.
Mhm.
I got into a lot of different games on the catalog, but I've just been caught
That's
up
good.
in God of War. Uh,
There's a lot of game out there. That's the issue. Too
It's
many
so much,
games.
and I feel like yes, I've been caught in the world of Stadia and
Mhm.
playing all these different games, and yes, um, and now your mama knows has been saying I always said video games is popularity contest. So because PS4 was ahead of it, there was no way that Xbox Series X could catch up ahead. Popularity, yes, but they did do a good move by introducing a lower price model. I feel like that's the only way to cut popularity is just be cheaper.
Mhm. Yeah, like definitely when they make a console or video game cheaper, it's always like better, right? That's where they can attract the market. Look at Nintendo. The Switch was like maybe cheaper. You can go on the go. I think that's where they hit like the good thing on that side. So.
Yeah, and Bliss is going to pick up the new one, Survivor. So the new um, game for Jedi Fallen Order will be Star Wars Jedi Survivor. It is going to be a big smash one. Yeah, Maker of Chaos. Didn't you get that like super? collector's edition one. I forget if you were the one who was talking about that. It maybe even came with a lightsaber. But yeah, oof.
It's awesome.
Let's we are running out of time here, so I'm not going to
No.
go over the expanded list of games coming out to cloud, but there's a lot of cloud games. I believe there's almost 500 games available on PS Cloud, so check it out now. Nintendo Switch got the port for Mortal Shell as well. I wanted to bring that up, which is a pretty huge game to bring onto Nintendo in my mind.
Is
It's a
it like
PS4's port of the game.
a cloud version or?
From what I'm hearing and reading the article, it is not.
Oh,
So it's not a cloud game from what they're saying. It's just a 720 low version type of game. And in terms of frame rate, it's 15 to 40. So it's
oh wow.
it's it's low on the stats, but I mean it's pretty ambitious and
Hmm.
it hits some poor performance. But that's
I have
what
a
it is.
feeling that the Nintendo Switch Pro is gonna eventually come out, and then you're gonna have higher performance. Like, look at the competitor they're having, like with the Steam Deck and now all the cloud gaming
Yeah, Steam Deck
consoles.
is really blowing handheld performance out of the water in my mind.
They just
Maker of Chaos. See, I was right. I was right. He got the Cal lightsaber with the pre-order. I mean, that's pretty cool to have.
That's
Nads knows about those pre-orders too. Look at those
oh
Bungie ghosts up there.
yeah. I didn't do the ultimate pre-order for Lightfall,
The
so
block of ice.
yeah, those are
Remember when they were sending out the block of ice with like the puzzle in it? I think to some content
oh
creators for
Jesus.
Europa.
Yeah. That's crazy. I've seen like different package. They're quite expensive in Canada when you look into that. Yes, gotta play the new Zelda Bliss. Definitely, I'll definitely gonna get the box, but
Oh wow,
I
what a
do.
transition. Thank you, Bliss.
Ah.
So if you have a Nintendo Switch and it's covering dust, I wanted to go over 5 games that will definitely be anticipated this year. The first one is Tears of a New Kingdom. Definitely going to be a big one to play. Fire
Mm,
Emblem Engage. Another big one that they're saying. I'm not a huge fan of this style of combat, but if you like that turn based strategic overhead, that's going to be big. A new Kirby will be coming out. Return to Dreamland Deluxe. We'll be moving on to. Okay. Don't want to load on the internet.
Ads.
Bayonetta Origins. So it seems to be sort of like a spin off of Bayonetta.
Oh, okay.
Um, keep your eye out for news on that one. And then those will be. Oh, Pikmin 4. This was the last one I wanted to bring up.
Oh.
Fans of Pikmin series will be super excited. Think it's been a long time since another installment has been put out there.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 big games to look forward to, and because you're a big fan, I did want to show a little trailer, but yeah, we have time. We're just
We have
chilling.
time.
Okay. I want to make sure I press the right one though.
No.
No, you named them properly. Here we go. Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like,
Um,
if you have played Skyward Sword, which I think you did, I feel like
yes.
they kind of retook that part where like he can go in the sky. Maybe it's related with that. Who knows, right?
There's
Um,
something else I wanted to point out. So I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and there was like this created sort of story of how there was this unlock scene in the N64 version, where you sort of saw your own ending, or your own sort of went meta and broke the fourth wall. And as he's opening those doors, it went out to that user created platform. So they sort of did an homage to like the whole community through that first scene when he breaks open to the doors.
that's
So I
funny.
think that's a super cool. Definitely looking forward to the game, and gliding onto another glider. Like, that's so cool.
He just jump on another platform and it's just flying. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's quite interesting. I know like they don't show much. They like just to like have a big surprise. The story is probably gonna be amazing. Like Breath of the Wild. Like I know there's speculation. Are we gonna play as Zelda too? Like, are we gonna be switching between the two character?
I don't
And
think
they
so.
never made Zelda playable other than on
She'll get her own game
yeah. I like what's
for
the other
sure.
game that they made that's a spin-off? It's like almost
Hyrule
Destiny Warrior.
Warriors.
Yeah, Hyrule Warrior, that's the only
Yeah.
time you can play Zelda. So yeah, and then I think there was like idea that like oh your arm is getting like some sort of power and they try to like get the link with Ganondorf. Are we gonna revive Ganondorf? Or are we gonna have a new enemy, right? So, but we know like the arch enemy is always Ganondorf. If you finish Skyward Sword, Ganondorf is due to come back in every generation because it's the
Yes.
curse they receive,
Yeah.
right? So, mm,
Yeah.
so that should be an interesting one. Excited for it. I just need to turn on my Switch and make sure the battery's still good.
Yeah, I know.
uh,
Last time I turned it on was Metroid Dread.
oh
Another
yeah.
huge banger, 10 out of 10. Oh my god, so good. But let's progress. So free right now with Epic Games, Kerbal Space Program. It is a game that I did not even want to open. I'm not going to let you guys know about it. If you want to claim it and add it to your list, go for it. Shadow Tactics is actually GFN compatible, is on Epic Games. So it looks like I was having a little bit of issues syncing with my Epic account, but I'll have to check in with them, or it may have been an issue on my end. But it looks like Shadow Tactics was on GFN and available on David Simpson.
Hey.
1v1 me, bro. 1v1 me.
He's like, what the fuck is this? We're not playing
1v1
Destiny.
me.
That's
So
quite
yeah,
funny.
that's some huge news. Epic Games on GFN. So if you're interested in playing that on the cloud, go for it. And
I'm just gonna show
where
some
are
Prime
we? Oh,
Gaming.
should we let's get into N7's clip and go over the GFN update.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. All right. So thank you, courtesy of N7. Let's jump into it. This is the GFN update for January 5th.
Thank you, Cloud&Console. Really like the new name. Happy New Year to you and everyone in chat. I'm N7 Spectres, and once again, I'm back to talk about GeForce Now and what games are released this week. Before we begin, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to get notified when the next episode comes live. Before we dive into the games, I want to talk a bit about what's coming up for GeForce Now. NVIDIA's GeForce Beyond at CES happened a few days ago, and with it came some amazing news of upcoming tech, as well as GFN's newest membership tier, the Ultimate tier. This will be introducing the 4080 cards in the lineup and will be replacing the 3080 tier once the servers have been updated. So make sure to keep it locked to Cloud&Console's channel so you won't miss when it's available. Also with the update comes NVIDIA Reflex, which will up the FPS to 240, RTX with DLS3, 4K streaming at 120 FPS, and ultra-wide monitor support. Wow, that was a lot of information, so let's switch over to the game releases this week, which are 5 of them, starting out with Severed Steel. Severed Steel is the only Epic Games release this week and puts you in the shoes of a one-armed sharpshooter named Steel. Instead of just running around shooting baddies, you need to be a little bit more tactful because you have the ability to use a slowdown feature, wall run, jump, and use your arm cannon to blast through walls to get a better vantage point over the enemy. Carrier Command 2 puts you at the head of an aircraft carrier as you conquer the archipelago. Gather intel with your fleet of scout ships and UAVs, then choose which units to deploy the best to take out the enemy, or, if you want to play the long game, wait for the forces to be smaller. Once you take over the land, it is your job to defend it from the counterattacks. Ever wanted to be a doctor, architect, and manager at the same time? In Project Hospital, you get to wear all 3 hats at the same time. Create a fancy but effective hospital that will be able to treat patients quickly while managing the happiness of your medical staff of doctors and janitors. Then play doctor with unique cases that come through your hospital doors. And the last game on the list, Portal with RTX. At the time of this episode, Portal with RTX is not available to play, but once you're able to, you'll jump into the testing grounds of Aperture Science with the help of the portal gun. It is your job to figure out how to get from one door to the other using portals and a bit of problem solving while enjoying the upgraded RTS look. And that's all the games out this week. I'm in 7 Spectres and Cloud&Console. Back to you.
Awesome. Thanks, N7. That's awesome.
Yes, and 7 really appreciate that coming in, giving us that GFN update. Really covers everything that's coming out this week. Also, David Simpson, please take that challenge. There we go. That's Bliss counts as us. So that's the 1v1 challenge. It's an open standing. Please drop your Discord or join the Discord, David Simpson, if you're still here. We have a Discord. We'd be happy to 1v1 you and put it up for a video because I have loved your challenge every time you come in here.
There's our Discord if you want to join us. This is an invite. We now change it to Cloud&Console. Come along. We're going to post a lot of our video there. And then we got some channel. If you see us on, you can tag along, play with us.
All right, let's jump into some CES news quickly as we get through this. So, as we heard, GFN with the 4080 and DLSS 3.
Yes,
right?
It's crazy. So like this change is gonna make GFN work like way better. Like it's gonna be awesome. I think like it's gonna run perfectly, and then like we're not gonna have the screen for maximizing all the performance. That's gonna be amazing. Like you look at right now, I got a 4K screen. I can only do 60 hertz. Like I can do 4K. I'm happy with that. But like some of the game, you can go up to 240. It's gonna be crazy. So amazing. Happy that it's coming out with that. The other thing, I think it's just a 4080 for me. Like if you're on ultimate tier, you're gonna have the RTX 4080, so that's gonna make things way easier, run perfectly. Like we're moving with the time, so it's not there's no reason to buy a PC or anything like that. Hey, thanks, Ray. Welcome to the Discord. But yeah, is it just amazing? Like GeForce Now is just doing that. You don't need to update your upgrade your PC, change parts and stuff like that. Have you seen the size of the 4080? It's massive, and it drains so much power. So you don't need to do that. You just need to have something quite decent that you can run GeForce Now, and you're happy. There's a lot of Chromebook, laptop out there that has GFN, and you just run it perfectly. So it's awesome. One the other thing I would like to bring up, I found quite interesting.
What is this? The Naya? Here, I can pull up.
Oh, I can
share. Oh, you can do it. Yeah.
So it's called the Naya Create. So it's a new kind of like keyboard that you can modify, modular and stuff like that. It's gonna be in a Kickstarter. The reason I like it is because I use, instead of having a keyboard, I don't know if I have a keyboard now. Before I used to have a gamepad, and I really like to use like all the buttons on my thumb and stuff like that. Right now, when I play on mouse and keyboard, I use my thumb only for the space bar, and I don't know. It's probably the way I do things, but I feel like this is more efficient for one end to do multiple things. I know there's different pad out there. I used to have a Razer and a Logitech before that. They both break over time. Like the clicking eventually break. To change that or fix it, it's crazy to like, yeah, it's a big job. I might look into fixing my Razer just to do that, or buy a new one really. But yeah, that was like one that perked my interest. The other thing we had out there too, I want to quickly mention, they were talking about wireless TV. I think LG came out with a wireless TV to still have the power cord, but there's another brand came out with wireless TV with like a battery pack on the side. You just need to change every 20 hours or like a certain amount of days. Quite interesting. Everything wireless. Now they're looking into a box separated at least 30 meters away from the TV, and the processing is going to be happening there. So the screen is just basically you're streaming everything. So I think that cloud gaming is going to become more than that. Now it's going to be cloud everything, right? The other thing that was interesting is like AR glasses. They try to make like glasses lighter for VR and also AR, having like, a person is running. I show that as an example, and you have the display of everything, like your data going on. The other one I wanted to talk about is the SR, the simulation reality. So basically, show the guy playing a game. There's a sensor on top of the screen, and if you look left, the character is gonna look left, and character. So you're actually doing movement, and it's picking up on that and doing all this in game. So that could be quite interesting. I can see that being used into a lot of a car racing. If you look left, you can just like have a tilt type of thing, like you look more. Anyway, it's quite interesting for that. The other thing we had was like a tablet with a rollout screen. I think now it's like tablets are becoming smaller and phones are becoming bigger, but now it's like you got your tablet unfolding, and then you can roll out the side to make it bigger. You can have a giant screen with you. And for last and not least, a BMW car, quite interesting design with like screen all over. You can change the color. It's quite intelligent. Yeah, it's the future is here, right? So pretty amazing CES.
Yes, and then we had the PlayStation. So we saw their new Leonardo project. So this is a great device to make it accessible for all gamers. I thought this was really unique. I could even see some awesome applications of this. Could this be more comfortable? Just kind of playing on your desk type of situation, even better than a controller. Who knows? Maybe people will be even more competitive on a layout like this.
And
Future, we'll
like
see.
PlayStation, like it's about time they released with something like that, because Xbox released something like that quite so long
They
time
did.
ago. Yeah,
Correct.
it's like that pad, like so that you can have the buttons separate, and people having some disability can play video games still, and then they can like modify the way they want, play the way they want. So having PlayStation now, it's gonna be like helping like for people who want to play PlayStation to be able to play, because I think currently they're just using the Xbox compatibility controller, plug it to the PlayStation, because I think it's just a normal plug, I think a USB plug or something like that. But yeah, it's good that they came out with that for on PlayStation side, because it's like giving more option for those people, right? So
Yeah.
better.
In addition, we also saw them drop the PlayStation VR, talk about some awesome titles coming out. Really, they talked about Beat Saber, which is an existing game. And then they talked about Horizon, and then they also mentioned that 30 games will be in the release window. So don't expect all 30 games to be released at the PlayStation VR time. It's coming out for a whopping $600 Canadian. And if you want the software as well, that's going to be an extra $60. So that's $660. You're looking at for the Horizon Call of the Mountain bundle. Probably even more. I may be undershooting the Canadian price of that, but it's expensive. Yeah, and it's Maker of Chaos says, glad to see that PlayStation's getting an accessibility controller. Hopefully this controller will work on other devices similar to Xbox's controller. I do not think so. I mean, first of all, I can't play with my Elite 2 on my PlayStation 5. I don't know why in hindsight that I thought that would work. I was just really pumped to play with my Xbox Elite. I just thought if I could play on the controller I want to play.
So this is the
the Xbox one, the adaptive controller.
exactly. And
Nice.
then
Yeah, I
you
think I've seen
basically
this.
have the plug to all the controller. You can use different controller. That make me think of the Nintendo one.
Yeah.
Plays the button, as you can see, has a button on the side. So it's like depending on like how the person like need to play,
Right.
it just show how accessible it is. And I think it's just a USB. It's a normal USB plug,
Right.
so you can plug it on different console and stuff like that. So the idea is there. I think like Xbox did a good job with that, but I think the fact PlayStation is jumping on that, it's good. You get also those device that you can plug to a controller or a modified controller. I think there was something talked about with Bungie and Destiny 2, because a lot of people were using that for cheating, because you can have a recoil control and stuff like that. But those devices are mainly where I think the idea was to make it more accessible for disabled people, but like people using it in advantage for cheating, so but like in this case, I don't think the Xbox can do that or the PlayStation. So it's pretty good to see, like, to get more people involved, because like you got to think like some of those people, they just have like see their friends and family via video game or via like activities like this, because they're pretty limited, right? So I'm happy to see that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think so too, and it makes you look like a cool DJ.
Exactly.
Look
You
like a
look like a
turntable
DJ
there.
table, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It totally does. It just looked like it. It's just perfect.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start off. I don't know. Sorry, did you add a screenshot or did you just put in clips? Because I think you have 3 clips.
Yes, I have 3 clips. I'm just gonna play one and I'll save the other one for
Okay.
next week. Right now we like overtime.
Yeah, so I put in a screenshot. So
Oh,
here's my
nice.
screenshot of the week. So this is Garm. Big dog. He's an interdimensional dog, so he actually rips and tears holes through space and time. So I just touches my heartstrings when the storyline interjects with dogs.
That's funny. That's awesome.
All right. On to the first clip. So
you go ahead.
All right, so this is a fight where I absolutely demolished this boss. I don't know what I was on, but and oh my gosh, so Maker of Chaos, I don't know, but there was this bit of subtext that happened after Garm that I don't want to spoil it all too much, but it like touched my heart even more. Like the aftermath of the what happens with Garm and it really connecting to the beginning. Oh my gosh. I don't want to say too much without saying too much, but I was telling Hannah as it was happening. I'm like, she's like, "Are you getting emotional over this game again?" I'm like, "It's
so beautiful." That's funny.
Well, speaking of God of War, here is a scene where I was absolutely not missing anything. Here we go.
All right.
Is that the chieftain?
Aye. The Coal Raiders are no more.
That's awesome.
Damn.
That's
So
a
that was
great
a
video.
boss. That was a boss. I didn't miss a beat of that.
You
I was
just
like,
destroy him. I like that the
oh,
kids right beside, like slashing using the bow. Like,
yeah, because you
that's awesome.
control him as well. So what I did was I used his spell off of the bat, so he was all distracted and disoriented, and then I went in with the mass combo with the spear, did all this stuff. Yeah, and
That's
then you
crazy.
control the kid firing the bow.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
so every time you press square and he has a little meter and you manage, he's got different attacks. But yeah, it's a real involved game. But yeah, throw up one of your clips.
All right, I'll
Let's
play
see what
this
you've been up
one,
to.
Valheim. So yes,
Nice.
just to explain the story, you can see after the hell at the beginning, but oh my god, this one was a hard one. Was a big troll, 2-star, has full health. If the guy hit me once, I was dead. Like that was it. And this little guy was going around trying to throw rock at me. I was like, "Fuck off! I'm fighting a big boss there for me." But yeah, just shooting arrow at him. Like there's no way you go against him with a shield. But yeah, and he gives so much. I think I show at the end of the video, but like it's about a total of 20 eye, the troll eye they was giving. A lot of like good stuff for
Resources,
Valheim.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of resources. So that was Valheim. I'm sorry, I don't know. Every time I upload a video on there, it just the sound is glitchy. I don't know why,
I
but the
feel like
video
it's
was
a
fine.
driver or something. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah, I
that's
don't
I've
know.
had a driver issue before. Should we just play one clip each and
Yeah, we can save it for next time. I know,
yeah,
like we're gonna have plenty of
we're
time next
running
time.
a
We're at
little later than we
overtime.
usually do, and we appreciate everybody for coming out. Um,
Yes.
so that is our show for the week. Thank you for joining us, everybody in chat. It means the world to us that all of you who have stayed with us, and we are beyond appreciating of all of you. So super appreciate. We will be here in the new year, bringing lots of gaming content, talking about what we've been gaming, what we think is cool, our Canadian perspective. Yeah, and really appreciate everybody who come out. So without further ado, let's play this ending. And Nads, super thank you again to you.
Yeah.
Super co-host. Anything to close the show out with?
Well, just like again, Happy New Year's to everyone. Happy to see so many people come and visit, see us. We got more game coming up, streaming. So like, stay tuned. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, just come and join us, follow us, and yeah, we'll see you guys next time. And
All
come
that
on
good
tomorrow.
stuff. Yeah, we're gonna be playing Destiny on Stadia for the very last time. So
Exactly.
end of an era, you know, the origin of how this show started, but definitely won't be the end, and we'll be moving forward. So
Exactly.
awesome stuff. Yeah, well, let's go. See you later, guys.
See
Next
you
week.
guys.
Grove. 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 Why try to believe in me? Why try, do I even need to? I die with the season leaves. I glide with the season breeze. True, my mind so easily spooked. I ride just to be the me. Oh, finds hype super decently smooth. Nice type, but as sick as